last night at sea tonight, and we'll be in Hong Kong tomorrow. I think it's good we're in stealth mode for some of our fans, because I know there's a few people would be having a heart attack if they knew how close it was.
Happy days. What have we got? 24, 36 hours to go to get to Hong Kong, and then it's one of the greatest cities in the world. So magic, let's get there.
I can reveal that we are in front, we are leading, but it's really close.
And can't wait to get there and sample the food.
Haven't trusted our routing the whole time, which is probably the reason we're in front. We now want to trust it because it says basically that we're going to beat Vestas in by an hour and a half. And all the Scallywag supporters in Hong Kong, say a prayer for us tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow first into Hong Kong.
Welcome to the Volvo Ocean Race. We've got an awful lot to get through today. Big thing is stealth mode. We've had boats going in, we've had boats coming out of stealth mode. If you've been following the race, Sun Hung Kai Scallywag with David Witt talking just a moment ago, coming out of stealth mode on this position report. But going into stealth mode, Team Axonabel, Vestas 11th Hour Racing, and Team Brunel. So much happening out there on the race right now, and also so much happening behind the scenes. I'm joined in the studio at the moment by Wisdom, the mascot for the Volvo Ocean Race educational program. Wisdom has been out in Alicante at the moment, giving a talk this morning to 450 school children. If you haven't done so already and you fancy signing up, you can do so at the volvooceanrace.com/education website. Get Wisdom to come to your school and use the Volvo Ocean Race and all we are learning about ocean health and what's happening out in our world, and come to your school to teach your students. But let's go to the race. Let's have a look at how we are doing right now on the race course and how these stealth modes are playing out. It has been a very busy last few hours. Sun Hung Kai Scallywag in the lead, but they had to put that jibe in. Then they enacted stealth mode, leading Vestas 11th Hour Racing in second place, guessing as to what was going on. Towards the back of the fleet, as Team Axonabel went into stealth mode, Mafre, Team Brunel, and Turn the Tide on Plastic, all making up that back three, desperate to close down the miles. So, meanwhile, at the front, Vestas, a big question mark. Where were their main rivals? Well, they went into stealth mode as well, just to make things more difficult for everybody involved. That now, Sun Hung Kai Scallywag has come out of stealth mode. And I can tell you that great relief to the fans here, Sun Hung Kai Scallywag still in the lead. So that is the current position of the fleet right now. And joining me, I've got Gonzalo Infante, Chief Meteorological Officer for the Volvo Ocean Race. If you were watching the show yesterday, you'll know that Gonzalo made just about the perfect call. Sun Hung Kai Scallywag did lose that massive lead. It did come down to 30 miles. So the big question today is, Gonzalo, what's next? We're all waiting with bated breath to see how this leg is going to finish out. Can Sun Hung Kai hold it? Is everyone else going to close up? What does this final push look like?
Well, David Witt has a very good local knowledge of the area, so I'm confident that he will get it right, but please look at the weather models because they are representing very well what is happening. If we see here in the wind representation, we see how the trade winds bend to the left in the northwest corner of the Philippines, which means that they need to jibe and try to use this shift to the left, because this will be a perfect ley line that will use the wind shift and will avoid the lee, the wind shadow that is in the south of Taiwan. So that is the big picture. But there are local refinements that they need to do, because if we zoom in, we see how the Luzon Strait, it's full of islands. Some of these islands are quite high, over 1,000 meters, and they will generate wind shadows, accelerations that will provide very, very interesting decision-making points. So lots at stake, full of gains and losses. And they need to get it right. The currents will also play an important factor. Let's remember that in this area we have a northward flowing current, the Kuroshio system, that can be up to 3 or 4 knots, and they will have to sail against it or with the current on the side, on the beam, for some time. So if you play it a little bit more smart, for sure, for Vestas and Don Fenrich's team can get closer and closer. So the trend is good because the farther west you travel, the more wind speed you have, but you have these obstacles that can threat the lead of Team Sun Hung Kai, definitely.
So really, we need Sun Hung Kai to keep doing what they're doing and heading down south and heading west. And if they position themselves strongly against the fleet and they continue to tick all the boxes that you're suggesting, and I'm sure Libby Greenhouse, David Witt are really sweating over right now, if they keep at a strong speed, 100% polars, what will be their ETA? What day, what time?
Yeah, well, so we have been crunching some weather models here with Will Harris in race control, and the ETAs that we are looking at now in UTC is tomorrow, Friday, between 1600 and 2000 for the leaders, and this is midnight in Hong Kong, midnight Saturday early morning. And for the back of the fleet, we are looking at Saturday early morning in UTC terms, between 2 and 6:30. And for Hong Kong local time, that means Saturday between 10 and 2:30 p.m.
Okay, so we know that the race is coming to a conclusion, but there is still very much a lot of effort out there to try and upset the running order right now. Dongfeng race team going into sunset tonight. They've come out of stealth mode. They've made some small gains, and crucially, they have gained a little bit of a position. This race is far from over. And before we came on air, I caught up with Frank Camas, one of the legends of the Volvo Ocean Race fleet and offshore sailing in general, to ask him, could they still do it on this final stretch? Could they overtake, and could they still get those maximum points on the board?
It's interesting for sure. We have a lot of play to do still. It's a tight fight with Vestas, with AkzoNobel, and we will see next time Scallywag where is he. It's never finished, and we try to do our best for the end of the leg.
We've seen the fleet enacting stealth mode here and there. Did you guys get what you wanted out of it?
Oh, well, we don't get it a lot, but I think we create some risk in the mind of the boat around us, especially Vestas. And it's hard when you have to control the boat if you don't know where is he, for sure. But was the possibility, and we take this opportunity to do.
And for fans of Dongfeng Race Team watching you guys right now on this final stretch, what is it that you want them to wish for you? What conditions, what moment is going to play into your hands?
What we want is to have different wind than the others in front, for sure. To have possibility to change our ranking, because we are not completely happy with the ranking, and this is good because the track is not completely straight for Hong Kong.
And what about you yourself? Obviously a previous winner in the Volvo Ocean Race, now back in it, but only for one leg. Are you tempted to do more?
I don't know yet. I have something to do in my planning for the next month, but I was very happy to come with Dongfeng to find the same mind I had 5 years ago with Groupama, the same spirit on board.
You know all about winning in the Volvo Ocean Race and in multiple other classes. You know Charles Cordrelia very well. Is the boat that you're on right now, is this a race-winning boat?
Yeah, it could be. It's not only this boat. There are many boats could win the race, and this is why the race is interesting, because there is not only one.
Charles Cordrelia was part of your team. Now he's skipper. What's it been like for you seeing him mature into that leadership role?
All the team around him are very confident with him. This is important, and they know he's doing the right shows at maximum. But the mistake, it's possible for sure. But this is the life, and you have to accept that. You cannot be always perfect. But even if you are not perfect, you have to push the boat with all your team with you, behind you, to be in front at the end.
Frank Camus on board Dongfeng Race Team talking to us about Charles Cordelia on board a boat right now that is hoping to pull something out of the bag on that final little stretch into the finish line in Hong Kong. And one team that unfortunately leg forward just didn't go their way, Mafre, the Spanish team sitting at the top of the overall scoreboard, but this leg is going to damage that lead. It still is going to leave them at the top unless something disastrous happens. And right now, the boat seems to be in good spirits. Just before we came on air, we caught up with Pablo Orate and got a sense of what's happening on the boat and what jobs they still feel like they've got left to do.
We are here, I'm with Blair, with Xavi and with Sophie in our watch. We're sailing downwind. As you can see, really nice conditions. Right now it's 20 knots. Our full BNG with nice waves, surfing the waves. So actually it's a great sailing and we're having fun. We came a few miles to the boats in front, so we are quite happy. And yeah, sailing as fast as possible and see what's happened.
With the distance in front of you to the front pack, what are you aiming for? Is it just to close down or can you overtake?
We haven't given up yet and we keep pushing as hard as possible and hopefully we can get Axon Nobel, which is the boat closest to us, and of course keeping an eye on the boats behind so they don't overtake us. No? So yeah, we're hoping for the best and hopefully something happens.
Well, let's turn our attention to that bit of bad luck that put you into this position. Are there any lessons that you can learn from that, or is it just one of those things?
Actually, we knew this could happen. We have done very good legs, the previous legs. They have been very good for us, and probably we had good luck sometimes. And this leg, we knew it will be tricky, especially the doldrums, and they were tougher than we thought. And of course, probably we always were on the wrong position, and we can call bad luck or we were on the right place, that's for sure. No, so that's our fault. And yeah, it's what it happens. It could happen. We knew it was gonna happen in some of the legs, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. No, we don't have to do a drama out of this. Yeah, happy and keep going and just prepare properly the next leg.
I'm wondering, any crew changes coming up?
No, not so far. We are very happy with the crew. We have Nieti injury. That's our only change that we have done so far, and we're hoping to get him back soon. We're not sure exactly when. He's still recovering, but probably quite soon, in 1 or 2 legs, he will back on board, and that will be the only change that we expect. No. I think everyone on the boat is quite happy. We're all very happy. We are a very good group, a strong group, and we would like to keep it like this, no? Because I think it's very important. We know each other, we know the boat, and yeah, we have to keep it like this.
Well, that's everything for today. We're going to have all our rivals tomorrow. Remember, the ETA, the earliest time we're going to be seeing Sun Hun Kai Scallywag into Hong Kong, 1600 UTC tomorrow, midnight Hong Kong time. But if you want to get yourself down there to a hell of a party, David Witt has promised a fantastic arrival, so you do not want to miss it. And then the rest of the boats are going to be filing in after them. We will be covering all the arrivals live. Stay with us. Subscribe to all our social media channels for the latest updates, and we will see you for the finish line in Hong Kong.